In one last piece of news related to a topic we've been discussing for a few weeks now, we mentioned last week that Matt Hutchins, the husband of the late Helena Hutchins, whom Alec Baldwin did not shoot when he was holding and cocking that revolver aimed at her that somehow magically went off. Matt Hutchins, of course, now has that new wrongful death lawsuit against Alec Baldwin and the Rust movie producers. Matt Hutchins appeared for an in-depth interview this week with NBC, and as I mentioned last week, it sounded to me early on like he had a good relationship with Alec Baldwin. The filing of the lawsuit demonstrated otherwise, but this interview confirms it. Matt Hutchins sees all the same Alec Baldwin bullshit that the rest of us do.
Just so angry to see him talk about her death so publicly, and then to not accept any responsibility after having just described killing her.
He said, essentially, he felt grief but no guilt.
Almost sounds like he was the victim. And hearing him blame Helena in the interview and shift responsibility to others and seeing him cry about it, I just feel like, are we really supposed to feel bad about you, Mr. Baldwin?
So do you think that the majority of the blame lays on Alec Baldwin?
The idea that the person holding the gun, causing it to discharge, is not responsible is absurd to me. Every individual who touches a firearm has a responsibility for gun safety.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. No major updates this week in either the criminal investigation still ongoing by the Santa Fe County Sheriff and DA, or the multiple pending civil suits, including this one against Alec Baldwin and the movie producers. Alec Baldwin has not issued a formal response to Hutchins, either this interview or the lawsuit, but he did tweet cryptically about how in Buddhism, known Buddhist scholar Alec Baldwin, being truthful goes beyond simply not telling lies. It means using speech to benefit others. Yeah, Matt Hutchins, you should have used your speech to benefit others, like Alec Baldwin after he shot your wife.
Does he think that he's influencing anybody on his social media platforms, or is this just catharsis for him?
I have no idea. I mean, seriously speaking, I could understand the horror of the situation and coming to terms with what you've done and how that might mess with your mind. Absolutely. I'm not sure that this is the way I would expect to handle it, by a denial of all responsibility and like Buddhism references.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Is this a new crazy Alec Baldwin, or crazier, I should say? Or is this just the same guy we've always known, just grasping for straws repeatedly?
I think he's always been like this.
Yeah, maybe.